My name is John Howes. I was professor of Japanese history at UBC for 30 years, ending in 1990. And David was one of the students whom you remembered. Later on in the conversation, we were told that he was not particularly concerned with his ethnicity, the fact that he came from a Chinese family. I'd like to mention two things that I remember about David. One was that I'm quite sure I got to know him in our first year course, Introduction to Northeast Asia, which was the only course in the whole curriculum of UBC at that time that mentioned anything about modern Asia. And it was, I think, probably from that course that he came to visit me in my office. I was very much impressed by him. And most of the students were not people from Asian backgrounds, but I think that may have been part of the reason he was taking my course. He quickly became in charge of allocation of student funds for bringing in traveling touring groups. And then I would hear about David all the time in the UBC, the student newspaper, this, that, and the other group that was being brought in. And it was in that connection that the point two in my recollections of David came up, and that was bringing the Royal Thai dancers to the Queen Elizabeth Theatre. A bunch of students out at UBC had made the arrangement. I think I probably was the only one in the audience that had ever seen Thai dancers in Thailand, because of my connection with Asia. And I do recall that David was very aware of the fact that he was making a big gamble, hiring the biggest house in Vancouver, hoping to fill them up with people who would want to see Thai dance, who had no knowledge of Thai dance. But as we approached the date, the radio and all the media outlets were full of Thai dancers, talk about Thai dancers, and I'm quite sure this was David's manipulation of the press at that time. So I enjoyed very much this afternoon learning more about him and realizing that this very, very fine young student that had so impressed me at the beginning of my time at UBC had gone on. I knew about his career, but I hadn't seen other among his shows. Thank you very much.